According to Statista, in the year 2017, nearly 81% of the American population were active users on social media. I'm sure that statistic includes many of you in this room. Why is it that social media is such a popular thing in today's society? Possibly because people use it as a means of numbing themselves from the pain of the real world, or maybe to communicate with friends or family across the globe. Humans love social media, and from personal experience, I know how hard it can be to take a break from it. Regardless of all the good that can come from it, it is an issue that people have trouble staying away from their phones and social media for as little as one day. Most people can't even put their phones down to socialize at dinner, let alone upwards of a week. Today, I'm going to be persuading you why you should delete or deactivate your social media. My main points will be why I personally deleted my social media, why you should consider deleting yours, and finally, what will happen if we continue with our addiction to the virtual world. The reason I chose to speak on this topic is because I personally have experienced the wonderful effects of taking a long break from the hectic and ever-changing worlds of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Have you ever told yourself you would take a break from social media and never actually followed through with it? Saying things like, I've been spending way too much time on my phone lately. I'm going to delete all my social media apps later and take a break from all this. I've done this many times in the past. I made the decision to delete all my social media accounts in 2014. Like I said before, I always told myself I would do it, but never actually followed through with it. It was my freshman year of college, classes were getting hard, and things were a lot busier than when I was in high school. But somehow, instead of writing my papers and studying for my exams, I seemed to always find myself on my phone, scrolling Instagram and checking my Snapchat. I'm a huge prioritizer, and I realized that this is what I needed to do. Prioritize. What was more important to me? Getting good grades and putting 100% into studying, or scrolling Facebook and watching funny videos for entertainment? So I had to make a decision, either let social media control my habits and become an addiction, or delete it and focus on the things in my life that actually mattered. With much motivation, I finally did it. I decided I deleted all my social media. And life has been nothing short of great ever since. I found that my life has improved in many areas that it wasn't before. I no longer waste time aimlessly scrolling when I have important things to do. Even in my free time, I'm more productive. Jasmine Cherise, in her article, Social Media is Killing My Focus, tells of her personal struggle with social media being the demise of her work ethic. She took proactive steps to stopping this bad habit by doing things such as deleting unnecessary apps, turning off notifications, and switching her Instagram to private. She came to the conclusion that all these steps helped to free her from the grips of social media. While she still has social media today, by taking a break, it helped her to learn to live more responsibly while using her social media platforms. With that being said, why should you all want to delete your social media? Well, I can't give you a short answer as to why, but I can give you some of the benefits of doing so. How much time do you think you spend daily on your phone? Recent studies have shown that the average American spends close to 3 hours a day scrolling social media on their phone. Consider the average day for most people is about 15 hours long. 20% or more of each day is being spent looking at a screen. Those facts alone should start to make you consider why you may want to put your phone down for a couple of days. With these stats in mind, I want to challenge everyone listening to examine their priorities. What are your priorities? If people are spending more time scrolling their social media than they are focusing on the things in their lives that matter, I think it's time to have a reality check. What is more important, putting the perfect filter on your latest Instagram picture or spending some quality time with family or close friends? Of course, there is a possibility that you have an equal balance of both phone time and having meaningful relationships with people in your life. But I know personally when I had social media, it was very easy for me to start the day scrolling as well as end the day scrolling, without even taking a second to consider the time that adds up, wasted watching sheer entertainment. In my last point, I will discuss what will happen if we continue to be glued to our phones. Our interactions on social media will never be like interacting in real life. Humans thrive off connection and relationships with other human beings. But with the absence of real human interaction and the false feeling of connection through social media, humans will only decrease in their ability to socialize and have real connection. I believe that humans were made to love, care for, and interact with one another. And I believe that social media can take away from the depth of those relationships. Today I've told you why I chose to delete social media from my life, gave you reasons why you should consider deleting yours, and finally showed you some of the harmful effects of being an active user of social media. I don't deny that social media has some good aspects to it, but to me the good things don't outweigh the bad. And for this reason, I have decided that my life is now capable of existing without social media. In closing, I will encourage all of you to experiment with this. Try deleting your social media for a day, a week, or maybe even a month, and see the wonderful effects that it will happen on your life. Thank you.